Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. Then I know it's the first time you are here and being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. Today is day 193 of the Daily Scare Share. I've been doing one thing a day that scares me from the book, Do One Thing a Day That Scares You, since about the 5th of January this year. I only know that because I looked it up yesterday. And I'm doing it because a couple of reasons. Number one, I am still a little bit in a rut, but I was totally in a rut at the beginning of this year. My daughter observed that, found this little book on my bookshelf, and pointed out to me that, yes, indeed, I maybe wanted to do something about my life to change it and to expand and grow, and frankly, to be doing more and contributing more to the world than I was. I'd gotten into kind of a rut of just doing my own thing every day, my own little routine, and it was really small. I was playing really small, and she knows I could be doing more. I always knew I could be doing more. We just tend to get, sometimes we get complacent. We get into a routine that feels comfortable to us, and even though in our gut we feel this pull for something else, sometimes it's just easier. Okay, it's always easier to just kind of go with the flow, right? And not push the envelope of our comfort zone, not push that edge to see what more we could possibly do, what more we could possibly be, what more we can possibly create in this world. So since she observed that and pointed it out to me, I figured maybe I needed to do something about it too. And the second reason was because I was afraid, really afraid to do Facebook Lives. But I know, because some very wise and very amazing people have been telling me repeatedly for about a year at that point that I needed to publish. If you want to do anything in the online world and kind of in the world as a whole, you've got to find your voice. You've got to get brave, get over your own self, and just start publishing. And to me, I got a face for radio, but I don't really have a voice for radio. Can't carry a tune at all, so that didn't work either. So I was gonna have to face my fear of doing Facebook Live videos and just suck it up and do it. Unfortunately for me, a man by the name of Mark Nelson did a 5-day Facebook challenge, and I did it. A bunch of us signed up for it, but the first day, I was the only one that actually did the Facebook Live. And of course, that means he called me out, and I felt like I was on the hook, which was awesome. I mean, it felt like a little bit of pressure at the time, but I knew that I was going to have to do the whole 5-day challenge because, number one, I don't even know Mark. I only know Mark through Facebook, but I wasn't going to let him down because we've developed like a friendship or relationship online, and I didn't want to, number one, be embarrassed by quitting in front of everybody, because even though no one else was doing it, the whole group, his whole group, and he had a pretty good sized group back then. I'm sure it's even bigger now. I don't really follow him a ton. Sorry, Mark. But I didn't want to let him down in front of his group, and I didn't want to let myself down. By saying yes to the 5-day challenge, I'd made a little mini commitment to myself. And by making that little commitment, I am pretty good, not about everything. You know, if it comes to caramels, I don't really stick to my commitments of one a day only. On some occasions. Mostly I do, but some days, I admit it, I do not. Because caramel is the exception to all self-imposed commitments and rules. So when I make a commitment to myself, I really make an attempt to stick to it. I don't just try. I freaking do everything I am capable of doing for that commitment, to stick to that commitment. Now, sometimes I'll make a mini commitment to someone else, and something will happen. Life, you guys, it always gets in the way. Something always happens, and I might have to change that. But when it comes to commitments to myself, I try to never let myself down. And I think that's very important, because we can break our promises to other people, and that's probably a bad thing. I mean, if you're not going to do it, don't say that you will. But when we lie to ourselves, when we get in the habit of doing that, when we get in the habit of not being true to and sticking to what we tell ourselves we're going to do, that's when we start that downward spiral and we get into a lot of trouble. And you're probably like, okay, we're like 5 minutes in, Sharon, and you still haven't told us what the Daily Scare Share is. Well, that's because it's one of the dreaded blank line days. But you can see I've already filled it out. Say hello to my parents, my beautiful parents. My father passed away in 2014, December 21st of 2014. And I'm thinking about that a lot yesterday and today because I was going through pictures for my webinar, which is part of the topic for today. Today, all it says on the blank lines is my high aim today. And I'm thinking, okay, we should always aim high. Everybody tells you shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars because you might hit the moon, or shoot for the sun because you might hit the moon. Whatever the cliches and sayings are, we all know it's true. I mean, why are you going to aim low? Why are you going to aim to be below average? Why are you going to aim for the poverty level? Why are you going to aim to be poor? Why are you going to aim to be less smart or intelligent than you could be? Why are you going to aim to just do the minimum to get by and not change the world? Why would you ever set your sights for anything less than you're capable of? Duh, right? But if we look at the results we're getting, and I looked in the mirror this morning and I'm like, okay, there's some results I'm getting in certain areas of my life that are definitely not excellent. They are me doing the minimum to get by. I think of my health, for example. The last couple of months, I have slipped from some of my awesome habits to just getting by. And is that okay for me? No, it's not okay. I need to aim high. I need to always be taking the best care of myself I possibly can at any given moment in any given day. I need to always be showing up as the best person I can in any situation for every experience in any given day. But how often do we just barely drag our butts out of bed and make it to work? Barely make it to church on time, barely make it to the staff meeting on time, barely make it to the dentist or the doctor or whatever appointment that we've got scheduled or whatever we're doing. And we just get there, and we think by showing up, by our physical presence being there, that's enough. And it's not. I'm going to challenge you to aim higher to whatever it is that you're going to do, whatever it is you commit to doing, wherever you show up. Show up and be present in that experience. Aim higher, aim to get and contribute to that experience with every fiber of your being, because you will get so much more out of that experience. You'll learn so much more from it. You'll feel so much more and get so much more than you give to that experience. So always give, all of you. Be present. Boy, that's a rant today. All from Aim High. I didn't even have to look up a saying in my sayings book or a card to help me think of something to say today. It's all about our intention. But if we go into everything intending it to be an amazing experience, it will be. If we go into it dreading and thinking it's going to be the worst thing in the whole wide world, guess what? That's what we'll experience too. We always get what we expect. I know a lot of people hate that saying, like my ex-husband, but it's true. And that's why we hate it. Sometimes we fight against things that we just know are universal truths. So that's my message today. Aim high, duh. Shoot for the moon. Shoot for the stars. Go for whatever it is that you want, because you can have it. You get to have it. You get to decide whatever you want, and then just watch and go about making it happen in your life. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. Only you can. That's it. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't be scared. Bye.